Good evening, guys and girls. A very warm welcome. Right, tonight we're going to be on the DANSETTE AUTOMIX, belonging to the lovely Heather. Right, as you can see on the workbench, I've got the mechanism. I've got the mechanism taken out. We're going to work on the mechanism first, and I did find a stray circlip inside. So we'll see where that came from, if it came from that. One likely did. So there's going to be somewhere in there where there's a circlip missing. Anyway, I've done it myself. Had a circlip ping across the room and then had to go and look for another one. These things happen. I've got Jay on his way. Jay's calling in tonight. And my noisy neighbours are active as usual, although it's not as bad as it's been. It's not as bad as it was. They've calmed down quite a lot, so I'm not going to whinge, there's no point. Oh, pardon me. So without further ado, we'll get straight onto camera 2, and you can just see the top of Heather's record player there, but we're going to zoom in a bit so we won't see, probably won't see that, but it's just in the field of view because it's on the other bench, so we'll try and get rid of that if we can, because you're going to be watching me. Good evening, Accessory 6. I've got 8 people in so far. Yes, I'm looking forward to it myself. And the camera won't zoom in. I think this needs a new battery, this remote. Yeah. Let's pull the battery out and push it back in. Last time we did that it worked. Now I can't get the damn battery out. Hang on. I don't understand why they get off doing it like that, where you have to shove. There we go. Yeah, I know the battery could do a being. We'll clean the contact, just clean the battery, because we know it was. I'm going to have to pop a new one in at some point. I've got some. The right way would help. Let's try that, if not I'll go and look for one. There we are. There we go, that's good enough. Now, what the issue is here is when you put this into the on position, it doesn't quite grip. It does sometimes. So what we'll do, we'll start by, and that's a bit on the stiff side. That hitting that? That bent. That spigot bent. Because that That centre spindle's bent. It is, yeah. The top of the centre spindle, just here, is bent. Ooh. Ooh. Do a risk straightening it? Because it is bent, look at that. Because it... Yeah, you can see where it curves up and back, and it shouldn't, so we'll risk it, because I've got another one. We'll risk it. If it snaps, it snaps. We've got another one. Let's try that. See, because it actually hits. It actually hits. You can see where it curves up and goes back, so that's got to be done. Just got to be careful, don't snap the damn things. That looks a bit better, but not right. At least it comes over there now. Because that's supposed to just go over. It's not supposed to hit that. And you can see the gap there. And then when you bring it up, it closes. So I just think that it needs to be well, that's a bit better. It's a bit better. What I'll do, let me have a look, see if I've got that spare. Should be in the bin here, because I chucked it in the bin. So, if I've got that, which I should have. Because it was thrown in here but not meant to be buried. Give me a minute, folks. All sorts of junk in here. But yeah, I'd like to know what's some bloody junk in here. Come on, where's that? Where's that? Where's the other half of that spindle run? That is here. There we go. No. Nope. There's also what I do, I'll go through the bin every now and again, because there's stuff in here that I throw in here for my mate Mick. He's a scrap man and I have scrap for him. So there we go. No, it didn't go in there. But it's definitely bent, because the top the top should not go up and then cock off to one side. But that being said, you can actually see it. So have a look at the chat. Yeah, I know, I like doing them. The IPA is in the way. There we go. How's that for you? Yeah, but you can see the spindle. Is actually bent. That doesn't fit it. It's just so that's, let's see if we're all right there. So that's not as bad as you can lift it over it now. I'd still like it to be a bit narrower, because otherwise it will drop 2 records at once. There we go. That's not bad, that'll do. Yeah, that's better. Yeah, that'll do. It clears it now. What it was doing, it wasn't clearing the centre spindle. It is now, so we're alright with that. So what we'll do next, we shall... Yeah, I'll leave that now. And what we'll do, we'll pull the clip off, take the mat off. Yeah, this is off a later machine, that mat. Whoops, that's alright. Let's have a look here. Now we know why the idler was coming off. At least now we know where that circuit's missing from. Missing from the idler. Let's have a look at the feel of the idler condition. It's not bad. I'll clean up all of that, which is good because I don't have one. Because that is actually a BSR, but it's a bigger BSR than they changed the sizes of them. They started making them a bit smaller. Right, well, I don't need to test the cartridge. It's got one of them new old stock things in it. One of them replicas. I will redo the wiring, because I'm not happy with the wiring, so whoever did that, I'm not happy with the wiring, and I'll replace. Yeah, that's... I think we're going to be... Yeah, we're not happy with this. This is... we've got 2 wires here, and they're the original, and that wire's too thick. And we've got wire there, which is the original, because that wire's too thick. And so what we're going to do, we're going to replace, we're going to sort that out. We'll probably won't replace those because there's no need. What we'll do, we'll just take off where it's been codged up, and we'll do a neater job, and we'll put some heat shrink around it, and we'll make them look a lot neater, and put this in the protection position, which is the middle there. That way it protects both starlight so they don't get damaged. Now, so now we know this is actually not bad. This is actually not bad. I've seen worse. Speed change works lovely. It all needs greasing up. I mean, there's no lubricant on that whatsoever. That's as dry. You know, to be honest with you guys and girls, that's as dry as a nun's crotch. Let's go to the top and see who's there and come back down. Yeah, we've got the... Yeah, I've said loads of accessories. Good evening, Simon. Yeah, it's normally Simon who gives us the funny name, isn't it? Yeah, how dare you. Yeah. I'm reporting for... Yeah, you have him, Simon. Hey, up here's the J. Let me just let Jay in. Hang on a second. Oh. Hang on.
Hey mate.
Come in. I'll do us. Are you having a coffee?
Yeah, I've got time for a coffee.
I'll do us a coffee. Yeah, go and pull a seat up in the workshop.
Yeah.
We're live at the moment.
Oh wait.
Yeah, we're with DANSETTE. It's a nice one and all.
Oh, that is. It's a tidy one, isn't it?
Yeah, very. So what have you been up to, Jay?
Bit of all sorts at the moment. I've been sorting my car out.
Oh yeah, it's I didn't know there was enough parts in one of them for an MOT.
It weren't too bad to us. 23-year-old car and it only failed on 3 things.
Yeah. I mean another step. I mean one step back, one seat less, and a wheel less would be a bomb bug, wouldn't it?
It's cheap to run and cheap to insure, cheap to tax. Well, it's not cheap to tax anymore, but at least it's cheap to run and cheap to insure.
Well, at least it's a cheap vehicle, isn't it?
Yeah.
Cheaper than, and you know what they say, a second class ride is better than a first class walk.
True.
Anyway.
Oh. Right, that valve you need. Yeah, that valve you need for that radio.
Yeah.
I've got one, but there's bad news.
What's the bad news?
You're not going to want it.
I'm probably not.
Too much money.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh well.
I've only got one.
Right.
It's brand new old stock. And it's
Is my valve knackered?
it's tired. It's very tired.
Right.
It's just low emission.
Well, that's got to be done then, hasn't it?
But
Well,
I've got some options for you. You're not going to want the brand new one that I've got, because even at mates rates, it'd be 45 quid.
Fuck me.
Retail on them £75.
Jesus, the fucking radio's not worth that.
No, they're an audio valve. It's an ECC 35 in disguise.
An ECC 35?
Yeah, in disguise.
I
It's
think
same valve.
do you know something?
You might have one.
Do you know something? I might fucking have one, you know.
You might be good then.
Do you know why? Do you remember that fucking... I'll have to remember where I put them. Do you remember that... do you remember that phonograph tape recorder we tested all the valves
Oh,
in?
yeah, that had one in, didn't it?
That did have one in, yeah. So I'm going to have to fucking dig through.
Yeah.
See, we're trying to remember where I put those valves. I mean...
But what you could do, if you can't, change the base or make up an adapter and use something like an ECC 81.
Right.
That'll work. An ECC 81 or an ECC 83.
Right.
Because that's basically what replaced that valve in audio stuff.
I see.
I think the 81 you'd be a better bet 'cause I think it's closer to it.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, I've got a Russian equivalent of an ECC 83. That'd probably work as well, and they're a bit cheaper. Well, they're a lot cheaper.
Yeah, I've got ECC 83s.
Have you got any 81s? Because that's a bit closer.
I have, yeah. I have got some. Yeah, I'll have to look at it. Yeah, because he's he's not, you know, he's not going to want to pay.
No. Like I said, it's the only one that I've got in stock. It's a brand new stock. It's a brand new old stock one, still in the box, and it's one of the American Joint Army Navy ones from 1944.
Right.
So they're a collector's item, just as the valve in its box is still a collector's item.
Just as a bloody valve.
Yeah. And the audio files, they go hard for them, you know.
I know. That's what pushed the prices of the bloody things up.
Yeah.
You could get them way cheaper than that before.
I mean, if I had a second-hand one, you know, it'd be £4 or £5 to you, but
yeah,
unfortunately, I've gone through my stocks and I haven't.
That's all right. But I think it's the valve that's the issue.
Yeah, well, it's pretty bad.
Because it's there is audio there, but very
yeah. Well, one section of it has got a bit. It's probably about 30% emission on it. The other section's it's hardly moving the needle.
Right, well that's fucked then,
Yeah.
isn't it? Well, that's doing nothing then, is it? Yeah, so yeah, I made a couple of discoveries about this Dansette since it's been here.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like it's been recovered. I think part of it has.
Well, whoever's done it's not doing a bad job.
No,
on it.
but it's also been painted.
Oh.
But it's been done nice.
Yeah.
Though.
Well, to be fair, I haven't noticed it.
No, you wouldn't. I actually noticed it when I took the hinges out of the back of the lid, out of the case, because you can see where they haven't quite covered.
Well, they haven't. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's nice though. It's a nice job.
I mean, yeah.
I mean, I think what's been done, it has been recovered because the Rexine's just too good. There's no fraying on it or anything.
No.
I think it's been covered, and to get it to the colour they wanted, they painted it. Probably couldn't.
And they've actually found a fairly close match with the Rexine, because I've seen people do it in vinyl and it looks awful because it's too thick.
Yeah, because the top's been recovered, and that doesn't look as though it's been painted. You can't, you know, I'd say it hasn't, but the sides have. But
whoever's done it's not done a bad job though.
No. Whoever's done it's done a very tasteful job. What gave it away? If you look at the grill at the back before I even took the lid off, if you look at the grill, you can tell it's had a coat spray.
Yeah.
But you know, it's a nice job.
Yeah.
The amplifier needs a full rebuild. It doesn't work. This is the changer out of it.
Is it Claro that?
No, is it
It's
full?
Gareth?
Yeah, no, it's a BSI
Is it?
UA. Believe it or not, it's a UA. I think it's. Yeah, I think it's a UA7. But it's
Not one I'm familiar with though.
No,
It's got a very like garage-y look to it, hasn't it? With that arm.
Yeah, it's basically a UA. It's basically a UA8. But it was just before the UA8.
Yeah, it's not a common turntable that though.
No.
Is it the UA7?
No, and the UA6 has a different arm on it. So I think this is a UA7, but I'm not sure. It could be a UA6 with a different arm.
I don't even think I've seen a UA6 in cream. All the ones I've ever seen were brown.
I've only ever seen them in brown. And they have a different shaped arm.
Yeah.
It sort of comes out here. It doesn't curve.
I think I gave you one, didn't I?
UA6. I was going to say you want to be careful how you do it. Yeah, you might have done. I managed to find the bits for that UA25.
Right. You got some?
Yeah. I still need a UA25 though. If you've got one, I need.
You know
one.
what? I think I've probably given you all my scrap decks.
Yeah, I need one because I've got a record deck. I've got a record player and it's a Bush one. Well, it used to be a Bush. It's a Dansette now.
Right.
Well, it's a Dansette case, Oh no! Tell a lie. That's got an AT6 in it. It's a no. It's a dance. It's a Bush. But it's got a UA16 SS in it. But it's just scabby as fuck.
Mm.
And I just want to replace it before I sell it. I don't want to sell it without it. It's like a dog.
Yeah.
And I
You know, a bit nicer in it.
Yeah, I want to put. They look good with the UA25 in them, so I'd like to put UA25 in them. But yeah, somebody's given that. What I think's that has been recovered, and then it's been given a coat of paint, but it's been done nice.
Yeah.
I mean, the
First
front's-
look, you wouldn't tell, would you?
No, well, you never noticed.
No.
And to be honest with you, I didn't.
No, you didn't notice till you cracked into it, and then yeah.
But it's been done tastefully anyway. I mean, I've seen them where they've been done and they look horrible.
Oh, I've seen some right abortions, really bad.
But I've never seen one. I've never seen the AUTOMIX, which is what that one is. I've never seen it in that colours. I've seen usually they're a dirty red maroon.
Right.
AUTOMIXes. They're usually
It's not
like
a very common one, really. AUTOMIX, is
not
it?
all do I, you know. There's
Oh,
a lot of, I've done about fucking since I've been doing YouTube. I bet I've done about 10 of them.
Right.
Yeah, there's plenty about. They're a weird animal. The amplifier's a weird animal because it uses a UL41, but it's got a mains transformer.
So it's running. It's got 40-volt tapping, or is it? How are they doing the heat on it?
It'll be doing with a 40-volt tapping off the transformer because there's no tapping on the motor. There's no overwind on the record deck. I don't think there is. It's not being used. No, it's not.
No, there isn't.
Not on them. There isn't. But yeah.
There are a few. Bush were one that did that a lot, weren't they? They use U-series valves, but run them with a mains transformer.
Yeah, but most of them though was most. I don't like the way most of them were done. Running them with an overwind.
Mm.
You can't earth the bastard and things.
No.
Well, you can, but it's very sketchy.
Yeah, you can, but
you've got to do. You've got to make sure the record deck and any wires going to the record deck, like the one, including the ones that run up the arm to the cartridge, and the ones that come off the chassis. You've got to make sure it all floats.
Yeah.
Because obviously, a mains earth and a chassis earth don't mix.
Completely different, yeah.
Well,
you get a flash and a bang.
It's your fucking neutral, isn't it? Goes straight to your neutral, yeah. So straight from your yeah. So you don't really want that. But this is
Have you try what I use a lot? You scrap a switch mode PSU. You know the little 1-to-1 isolation transformers in them.
Yeah.
They work fine for audio.
Yeah, they do, don't they? Yeah.
You could use one of them for the isolation on it, and that'll give you a really decent isolation between the pickup wires and the deck, and the actual amp.
Yeah. Yeah, I could try that. Yeah, fucking. Yeah, but
There's proper transformers for it, but then you can get them for nothing. You scrap an old switch mode. Everyone's got one, eh?
True. I've just had to fucking do a very risky thing here.
What?
The top of this was bent. Because when you lifted the control arm up, it was catching it, you couldn't get the control arm past it. Not without giving it a good tug. I had to bend it here forward.
Yeah, it's one of them. Is it gonna?
If
you go too far or too rough with it, yeah, I know what you mean.
Is it gonna snap?
Yeah.
And I had one of these the other day and I threw it away because bits of it were missing. So I threw it away. It come off that scrapper down there. So I thought, well, I mean, if I've got it straight enough now, I can live with that.
It works all right, yeah.
It lifts, it clears it now, just. But if it had snapped, I'd have just had you raid your junk pile.
See what I've got.
Yeah, so or if worse comes to worse, I would have just took the one off the Pete Scott radiogram in the bedroom. I'd have just whipped that off there.
That one.
I'd have just used that and then replaced it as and when. But it's that valve tester's a bit. I don't know what the issue is. The The problem, I don't know, it's weird. Because if you take the rectifiers out, there should be no HT, obviously. But when you take the rectifiers out, it's the tube still gets driven.
Yeah, it will do.
And it still fades. Anyway, what I've decided...
It could be a breakdown on the HT winding on the transformer.
Could be. Well, what I'm going to do with it, I'm going to take it to Goulburn, along with those 2 big boxes of cards, and I'm going to... unless you want it back.
I've nowhere for it.
Right. Well, I thought I'd give you the option of having it back since it was donated from you in the first place. Basically, I'm going to put it on the bring and buy with the boxes of cards, 20 quid.
I asked him more than that for it because them cards are worth 50 quid for them 2 boxes of cards.
I know that, but I just want to see the back of it. You know what I mean, Jay? I mean,
well, what you do, put it on at 50 with offers.
No, I can't do that because it doesn't work.
Them 2 boxes of cards though, if someone would pay £50 for it just for them 2 boxes of cards.
True, yeah, put it on for 50. Yeah. Oh, not before I forget.
Oh, some money for me.
You've got some money for you. Yeah. It's not my money, it wouldn't never be my money. It's Carl's money. Was that you?
Oh no. You know I don't do them like that.
Oh, that's true. There you go, 60 lovely pounds.
Nice one. That's paid for all the parts that my car took. It cost me 60 quid to fix it, so that's paid for that.
Well, like I said to you, you couldn't. You know, I said to him, I said, Jay's done what you've asked him to do. I says, and if it fails, I said that's another fault. You know, I said because the IF was working and it was picking up stations, you just couldn't bloody hear the damn things unless it was in a certain position. Or if it was a really strong station, you could just hear it. I said,
I can't actually see it failing, to be honest.
No, I think he'll be all right. He was happy with it anyway.
Yeah.
He was messing with it here, and then when he went over to Christie's after they went out for their Valentine's meal, yeah, fucking, he was messing with it again. Christine said, she says he was up after that pissing about that bloody radio. I said, oh well.
Seeing what he could pick up on it.
Yeah, and I don't do Valentine's me. I did once, you know.
Yeah.
I did once. Yeah. I fucking did once. I invited this girl out. I fucking invited this bird out. I booked a table for 2, and then she fucking told me she couldn't play fucking snooker. Yeah. Yeah, fucking, yeah, Goulburn's coming round again, isn't it?
Yeah, when is it now?
The second they go in.
Yeah, probably. If I've got some money. That's the only problem with Goulburn. I spend money.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, fucking, so do I. I mean, I only take a ton with me.
Yeah, that's what I usually take.
I take a ton and fucking, you know, I normally buy a record player for 20 quid, 25 quid. I normally come back with something. I mean, I've got bloody record players coming out of my fucking ears. I need a record player like I need an extra hole in my heart, really. You know, I don't really need any more, but someone's asked me for a hacker. So I'll pick a hacker up if there's one there and it's cheap enough.
What hacker do they want? I might have a couple going.
It wants one like I've got out there, the Grenadier.
Oh, no.
But yeah, they fucking, nothing's making anything, Jay.
No, it is. Well, no one's got any money at the moment.
Yeah, everyone's on
That's
their arse. Yeah. I'll have a look at the chat in a minute and see who's fucking turned up. I get quite a few watchers on here now, you know.
Yeah, I noticed.
Yeah, there's quite a few comes on. I mean, but when you figure, when you figure you got, if you say like you've got 20 watchers, for example, you might have fucking 30 because there might be 2 people watching on the same device.
That's it, yeah.
You know. So it's.
Do you know what? I forgot that bastard veneer for you. Get a.
And I forgot to mention it.
Yeah.
Well, I wouldn't worry. I don't know what Steve's going to do, you know, because he's talking about moving to America. How's he going to get all this shit over there?
He'll have to get a shipping container, won't he?
I suppose so, yeah, costing thousands, won't it?
Well, it's not as bad as you'd think. Be a couple of grand or something like that.
Yeah.
Get a shipping container and ship it over.
Yeah, I mean, none of it will work over there.
Yeah, it will. The tellies wouldn't work over here. I mean, you need a standards converter no matter what.
Well, that's true enough. He's got one. I've got his standards converter in the drawer there. One of them Aurora things.
Yeah, he's got the same one as I've got.
Yeah. The fucking day they're about 200 quid for what they are.
I think mine were about 150 when I bought it.
Well,
That were a long time ago.
Well, you know Mike, he bought one, it cost him 200 quid.
Yeah.
You know old Mike. Yeah.
No, they're not cheap things then.
You know, I mean, I think the more you get into this hobby, I think the dearer it gets.
It does get expensive.
I mean,
Well, look at them valves. You know, I suppose if you're into the audio stuff,
I know.
you're paying silly money.
Well, it's like EL37s. They're a £200 or £300 valve.
Yeah. You know, PX25, PX4, stuff like that. You know, you're talking hundreds.
Yeah. You know,
Because they're not made it. I mean, fair enough if you want something like a 6V6, there's a lot of them type of valves. They're still in production. So you can get them at a reasonable price.
EL34s are as well.
Yeah, EL34s.
Because Marshall still use them in their valve amps.
6L6s, 6V6s. Anything that's using a guitar amp you can get, basically. They're not a problem. Anything that's using some of the more high-end audio amps you can get, not a problem. It's the other stuff that's... It's just getting like that valve.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, that won't be getting done at that rate, will it? I mean, you know, that's the sort of thing just writes off the radio, doesn't it?
That's why you have to get creative and use something else.
Yeah.
Keep the radio going that way. That's what I was saying, you know. Even make an adapter up or swap the bass out and just put an ECC81 in. Because the radio will work.
Yeah, we've got one here. Peak Holder's saying ECC85, £15 each at Watford Valves. Apparently he ordered one last week.
That's not bad.
Most expensive one there was 25, not 45 or 75.
Yeah, but what I'm talking about is a new old stock from Second World War. So you've got two collectors markets. You've got the audiophile market, and you've got people that collect like vintage military valves.
Yeah.
It's new in box as well. They're asking 75 quid for them.
You know, I mean, I've seen them at stupid prices. Yeah. You know, but I very rarely have to put my hand in my pocket for a valve. Good evening, Heather. As long as he repairs it, I don't mind how long it takes. It doesn't take me long. What's the problem with it? We don't know yet. Well, the circlip for the idler was lurking around inside, so we've got that. The amplifier, I don't know what the problem is with that yet, because I've not looked at the amplifier. I plugged it in earlier and I've not looked at it. It lit the valve, sorry, the pilot light came on. And good evening, Robert. Yeah, good evening, Heather. Good evening, who else is there? Yeah.
I'm going to shoot off, mate, because I've got a.
Oh, are you going to get on one?
Yeah, I'm going to go and do my tea.
Right.
Bloody started.
What did I have? Oh, not had mine yet. I'm having mine later because I had a late lunch.
I'll put some jacket potatoes under the fire before I come out. So
right.
They'll be about another 40 minutes, and I'm going to have jacket potato and bacon probably, I think.
Yeah, I think I've got an ECC 85. Because I pulled one. I pulled one out of that tape recorder.
Yeah.
And I kept that because I thought one day, I thought one day, I'll need
Yeah,
that.
that'll come in handy.
Yeah. But one day
Well,
I'll
we
need
tested
that.
it. It must be all right, mustn't it? Can you remember what you tested at?
Yeah, it tested all right.
Yeah.
Because I think the problem with that was the preamp valves down the front were knackered, and the rectifier was weak.
Yeah, the recce was really bad.
The audio valve, which I think was an EL41, that was all right. And the ECC85 tested
Yeah.
all right.
Well, that should get you going.
But that explains why there's no bloody audio.
Yeah.
Or it would explain. Well, it explains partly anyway. But yeah.
We'll have to see if we can dig it out. Well, if not, if you can't find it, well, like I said, we can look at putting something else in there.
Yeah.
And making an adapter up.
I've got plenty. There's plenty of ideas.
There's loads of things. 'Cause all it is a double triode.
That's right. It's used as the first audio stage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, mate. I will see you later.
Right. You take it easy, Jay.
Yeah. Same there. See you later, mate.
I'll see you later, my friend. I'll give that door a good pull on your way out.
Will do.
Right. Right, let's catch up with all this chat. See where we're up to on that. Right. So, what I'm doing first, I'm doing has that gone off? No, it hasn't. Well, it hasn't gone off there. So how come we've got a thing going round here? Let's refresh the page. There we go. I don't know. I hope it doesn't go off. Right. Oh, it hasn't gone off. I've still got a green square there. I don't know what's going on with this. Just try doing that. Yeah. Come on, hurry up. Let's turn these pages off here that don't need to be on. Let's close that down. There we go. Yeah, that deck is very dry. It needs lubricating, that's for sure. So we need to get that apart in a few minutes. Right, well, it's still saying I'm live, so it's obviously working. 16 watching. There we are. Good evening, microchips. Nice to see you, sir. Hey. Right. No, I don't work by the hour. I work per job. I don't agree with working by the hour anyway. I think that's just ripping people off. When you work by the hour. Yeah, we don't know what the problem is with the amplifier yet. The record deck is very dry and needs lubricating, and like I say, I found a circlip for the idler in the bottom of the record player, so at least that was handy. But I've got thousands of them anyway. Right, now this is working. We'll try and catch up with everything. Right, I don't know what the problem is yet with the amplifier. Like I said, I've not looked at it yet. Probably be tomorrow when I look at that. Good evening, Mark. No, I don't make things worse. Certainly not. Let's get you back here. There we go. There we go. We're working now. Right. Yeah. So what we're going to do, it has a different speed. It has a different speed type mechanism, this, to the UA8. This is more a UA6, UA7 sort of arrangement. And what we'll do now, the only part of these I absolutely soldered that on there. You know, you can pull that off. Right. Let's disconnect. I'll tell you what we'll do. Right, let's move these. That weren't soldered on very well. We'll take all these off and that there. Get all this off. And wow. There's my clippers. That's, there we go. There we go. There we go. What we'll do, we'll clean them up ready for the new tags to go on. Right, that's, yeah. I'm not even going to bother trying to desolder them, they're all, there we go. And put some nice new wire in there, because desolder that motor switch. we are. Try not to dip my soldering iron in my coffee. Believe it or not, I've done it before today, when I was very young. So now we want the tone arm off. Want the tone arm off, get him out of there. There we go. Right. I wonder if BSR back in the day had a special tool for doing these. I wonder if they had a special tool for doing these back in the day, for releasing these. Because they look like they're just tightened on. But I've never been able to get one off with my fingers. Unless, of course, someone's had one off there before me. But I've never ever got one off with my fingers. No, whoops. Yeah, very good. Get the spacer off along with the nut. And the washer just sort of flies off. The washer rather, the spring just flies off. Now we need to. Where did he land? Where did he land? He went on this cupboard, so he hit this cupboard somewhere. Oh shit. See where he flew. I think he went in this cupboard because he hit one of them tins. There he is. Is that him? Nope. There he is. Get here. There he is. There, we found him. There we go. He was on tight. Anyway, that's that off. The tone arm off. I will start with, we won't take that off there yet. We're not taking the centre spindle out because they're a pain in the arse to put back in, unless I have to, because they are a bit of a pain to put back in. And that one was bent, still a little bit, but it's not as bad. But it's, there we go, come out you. It's actually not in bad nick, this changer. I mean, I've seen them worse. I've seen them where they've had more rust than paint on them before today. This one's not bad, and the reason why that's probably like that got bent is because move that out of the way. No, we're not quite. Right. It's actually nice and clean. This is like somebody stripped this and cleaned it and not lubricated it. Get that clip off. There we go. Slide this out. There we go. There we go. What we need off now is we need to get this spring off here, and the only way you can get them off is by just opening it up and then feed it back through and close it back up again. So we'll get that in there. We'll try see if we can get that. See if we can get it off this end. So I prefer to get it off this end because then you've not got that sticking in you. And they usually do go. There we are. That's it. You just undo them, and then we'll put that over there out of the way. Right. Take out the ball race, and I bet that says dry. That's something that should never be dry. That's as dry as it is. Wow. Oh, who the hell's that? Bloody Mildred. Hello, Mildred. A Maxcom CB, depends on which one it is. No, 10 or 15 quid. I had one of them years ago. Yeah. Not worth 20 quid. Oh, okay. See you later, mate. Bye. Bye. Let's just check this message from Paul. That looks like the curved one at the top. Can't tell from that angle. It could be. Can't tell from that angle. Yeah, I think it is. Yeah, well, it doesn't matter. I'll stick one in anyway. I won't worry about that. It's only a spindle. I've got bloody hundreds of them. Well, never mind about that for now. Let's take this washer out from down here, because there's another one. There it is. And it's stuck. There we are. Well, this has been cleaned, but it's not been lubricated. But don't worry about that, because by the time I'm done, it'll be perfect. Now, Yeah, you can see where that's actually bent. Does it actually work that? It does work. Yeah. There we go. There we go. Take this out. This is the velocity trip mechanism lever. Let's take this off. There we go. That's the main gear. Right. Get some cleaning done. Now it's time to clean it within an inch of its life. There we go. There we go. You get that all off there. That way nothing can stick and it can all run smooth. Because we'll put all new grease on there. Yes, very dusty. Very dusty. Yeah, you can see that spindle's bent. Move that IPA out of the way. Move that out of the way so it doesn't get caught. There we go. The nice thing about this is there's still plenty of these things about. I mean, sometimes there we are, look at that. I mean, sometimes you don't have to pull them all the way to bits. Sometimes you do. It depends. This is not bad. So this just needs cleaning. It doesn't need pulling all the bits. Just take the important bits off. That. I mean, there's no grease or crap. Someone's cleaned underneath all that, but not re-lubricated it. That's all okay under there. Now, can I move that to there? Yeah, I can. Get all the crap out. Clean this here. Let that go back. I don't know. bit of solder. Yeah, people like to watch what you're doing, but back in the days before videos, they couldn't. I remember years ago, I was working on a telly, I was at the customer's house, and he was peeping, he kept peeping over the back. Eventually I got pissed off with him and I said, have you lost something? Yeah, you can see where that's curved up, that. Yeah. Yeah, you can see it's straight here now, but it's curved up there. So. There you go. Right. Anything? No, that needs to come off. The other problem these actually have a problem with is this here. Make sure that that lifts up and presses that in. And that's how that's supposed to work, and it's supposed to be held back by the control arm, so that can't come forward until you lift the control arm up, and the control arm just releases that, which allows the arm to go over to the record. Right, so we're pretty much alright there. How about this lot here? Yeah, we'll give that a bit of a clean. It doesn't need it by the look of it, but make sure there's no crap in it. It's lovely. We'll oil that in a bit. Right, and that's all done. All that needs to be done now is lubricated. It needs, let's get me cloth, because if I've got grease halfway up my brush. I'll come back to the chat in a minute, guys, and see what we're saying. There we go, and give this a bit of a... We've got to clean the gear yet, we'll do that in a minute. I've not forgotten. There we go. Won't take much lubricating this. More in there. I think I might need to get a new brush. This brush is getting a bit thin. And can I go any further forward? Yeah. There we go. That bit of crap out of there, whatever that was there. Right, that's all nice and done. Now let's just pop that in there for a minute and we'll clean the gear. Now when you're doing the gear, make sure when you're doing the cycling gear that you do it correctly and you take this apart correctly. Come on, that's got you. Now we're doing these. When doing these gears, you have to be careful. You have to be careful because there's a little sort of springy thing in it. It looks like a hair, and trust me, if it ain't in here, this won't work properly. If you lose that little hair thing, then that mechanism ain't going to work correctly. You take everything out, and it is in there. There we go. We'll leave all that there, and we'll clean. We won't use cotton buds for this, we'll use the cloth because there's more surface area. And this is what we do. So years ago when you took something to a shop and you had it repaired and they said how much? Didn't see any of this. You know, didn't see any of this because there was no cameras on them. You know, these days there's cameras on because, well, I do this because I enjoy doing it. But we'll come back into the chat in a minute and have 5 minutes. There we go. Now, then what we do, we pop that back into there. I don't lubricate this. Well, I do. I give it 1 drop of oil. Now, let me just show you the little air spring I've been talking about. If I empty this, there we go. There it is. Little small air spring. There it is. Don't know whether you can see it, but it's there. Right where the tip of my screwdriver is. Right there. Yeah, 10 out, yeah, 10 out of 10 on the packing, Heather. Absolutely, honey. No worries. Yeah, it was packed well enough. It arrived here in 1 piece. You could have kicked that up the street. It would have survived. Very good packing. Very good. And you can't emphasise enough, like I said to you. You know, you can't emphasise enough on the packaging. You know, it has to be right. See, look at that bit of crap on there. You wouldn't think there was crap there, but there is. So what we do next, we'll reassemble this and come back and have a chat with you all. Right. And what we do, we pop that onto there. Goes onto there. Then our little spring that we must not lose. Believe it or not, without that little spring, the bloody thing doesn't work properly. I know. because I lost one years ago and I couldn't understand why the damn thing wasn't working properly, and I thought, why is that not working properly? Make sure that's all the way in. It's not all the way in. But basically, if it's there, that's got it, I think. Basically, if you don't get it, you lose that little spring and you had it. I mean, there, it's in now. There we go. Lose that and it's game over, to be honest. I mean, I'm alright, mate, I'm not too concerned because I've got the spares. I've got the spares, so I'm not really too concerned. The only thing I don't have spares is the centre spindle. And that one needs to be replaced, it's bent. Doesn't look it, but when you look at it from the right angle you can see. And that's correct. Now we'll tighten that up. And also, yeah, that has to be free, which it is. And also, when you're putting these in, don't tighten them too much. You don't. The last thing you want to do is snap the snap the pivot, and then you're sort of screwed. Let's just clean that there. Just around that switch. There we go. Right, so what we can do now, we can put the top of this back together. We'll just put a little, only a little bit, one drop. That's all it needs. I've seen them where people have put loads in. In fact, it's actually a bit too much. We'd take a bit of that off. That's it. I've seen it where people have put loads in and give that a bit of a polish through. Put a bit around that there, make sure. And that is actually a grease bearing, not an auto bearing. Now all we do is we just make sure that does full travel. Yep, that's lovely, that. That's how it should feel, and that's the rest position. That's how it should feel. If it doesn't feel like that, it's wrong. What's that on? Oh, hang on a minute. Oh no, we're right. Give that a bit of a clean. I mean, you wouldn't expect to find dust and dirt in certain places, but you'd be surprised. Even a little small amount of dust can stop it. So what happens with this? If this seizes up, if this doesn't have full movement, this velocity trip, if that can't move perfectly, smoothly, records stick halfway through. So we'll clean the pivot that goes on there and all, because that looks a bit manky. So basically this is what we do. Ooh, that's horribly dirty. Not now. There we go. And that goes into the slot at the front. And then onto there. And that's all it does. And we'll put a little bit of grease. Not a lot. Just a very thin slither. That'll do it. Lovely. Because what that does, it pushes that out and the turntable hits that and that sets that off. Right, well, we'll do a bit of chat in a minute. Where's me pliers, me clipping, me ones I use for, because you can't clip them all in with, they're not them. Never mind, these ones will probably do. Let's just hold it there, just pull it in. That's it. Right, let's see what the chat's happening. See what's happening here then, shall we? Well, the thing is, Ever, the more you spend on the packing, the better. You know, I've had a few that have been packed pretty well, and you know, I always grade them. I mean, I think you're the first where you've had 10 out of 10. I think there's been a 9, 1 or 2 8s. You know. Yeah, I know. I mean, and at the end of the day, they don't give a shit, do they, about, you know, they're being paid to do a job, but they don't give a shit, do they? Pardon the language, but they don't. You know, they don't care. But yeah, it was packed well enough. I know you can get valves cheap, but some of them are expensive, like them them EL4, them EL7, them EL37s. They're a bloody expensive valve, them. I try not to... Oh, nice one. Right, you'll have to let me know what I owe you. You'll have to let me know what I owe you, Graham. Not on here, obviously. Not send me a message on Facebook. Let me know what I owe you, because I'll have the necessary here for you. Yeah, I'm looking forward to getting them and trying them. Yeah, brilliant. Didn't take long, that, did it? Cheers for having that done for me, Graham. We'll get you sorted out for those. Yeah, let me know. We'll get it dealt with. Absolutely. Yeah, so basically, yeah, there's some circuit boards that Graham from Microchips kindly had made up for me. Because I want to make them up so that I can use them in DANSETTE Bermudas and things that need a 3-volt cartridge. That's what I want to use them in. That sort of idea. But right, yeah, that's actually bent. You can see it cocked that way. Yeah. It's not catching though, so it's okay. Never mind. Right. So what we need to do next is just give everything a bit of a grease up, really. put some oil in some of the pivots. You'll need 1 drop. There we go. Maybe 1 or 2 in a few of them. That's got grease on, but we'll still pop a bit of oil down there. There we go. There we go. Right. Just give that a quick. I'll tell you what, you know, you don't have to go through some cotton buds in this job. Just clean the arm mechanism so that we can be as smooth as we possibly can get it. There we go, I'm happy with that. Yeah, I'm happy with that. The other thing is make sure that that spring there doesn't fall out. Right, so that's pretty much it. Let's turn this round. Put a little bit of grease down here, just to get a bit on the velocity on the Magimix selector. That's better. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Yeah. Nothing else is see. Yeah, you can see the curve. You can see it curving. Yeah. I'm not even going to attempt to straighten that because if it snaps, I've got to put another one on it, and I don't have one. So, but we're getting there anyway. Now, let's put it there. I bet my coffee's gone cold now. Right. I won't put the washers in yet, and I'll grease them up as they go in. I'll put them there for a minute. That's for the idler. In fact, actually, I'll leave them in there for a minute. So what we need to do next is feed that back through. Put that back in. We need the we can worry about that in a minute. There we go. That's correct. That's correct. That's correct. Yeah, that's bang on. This is the easy bit. I won't fully tighten that just yet. We'll make sure that everything's in. and poking through in the right places, and right. Is that in the correct position? Because if it's not, the knob won't be. Yep. It is. Yep. Now, we won't put the clip on just yet because we want to put the screws in. There we go. Now I need to get me hand, whoops, back under there. I wonder how fast they were able to put one of these back together in the factory. I've often thought of that because you know, I've often wondered that. How fast were they able to do them back then? You know, when they were brand new making them. Given that they would all been clean conditions, all the parts that are being cleaned, they'd probably have not taken that long. How many have we got watching? 18. Yeah. I mean, the hardest part really is the amplifier. I mean, these changes are a piece of piss to work on. It's the amplifier where you really tighten that bottom one up. Try not to smash it into my signal generator. There we are. Put the clip in. Put the switch in position. That's correct. Put the clip in. This one here. Some of these you can just push them on with your fingers. And then you get something you bloody can't. They're a bit too big, them pliers, but we'll probably get away with it. Well, what have you got up for us tonight, microchips? Because I've not checked anything yet. It'll be something good, I dare say. Right. That's it. Now. Now I'll put this back into there. Which, trust me guys, it's easier bloody said than done. Let's use the pliers. It's easier said than done. Or at least it is sometimes. Yes. Come out you. That's right. And wires out of the way. That's it. There we are. What we do then is we just bend that back to close it. That'll do it. Ooh. Now, piece of heat shrink. First of all, let's clean the pins. First of all, let's clean the rubbish off the top of here. That's one. That's two. And my solder sucker's blocked. That's it. Clean that one a bit more. There we are. See, the problem is right. Next, give the motor a drink. And can I get to the bottom bearing? Just about. No need to strip it because it's nice and clean. We will wash that because that'll come up a bit better. Because it's had a fair amount of corrosion in here, you can tell where it's been. But it's not bad. I've seen worse. Right. That's pretty much it. Yeah, so I think that's the wrong way around, because on, yeah, that's the wrong way around. So we'll just pull the clip back off. Do it this end, it's easier. Doesn't matter which. Oh. Put that there for a second. Put that in there, let's just try that. That should be reject. And that's off. That's correct. If you're going to do it, at least have the switch work the right way. Put the clip back on. I'm not happy with that. That's one of those that should. I think this is one of them that should have a split pin through it, and somebody, yeah, at some point has lost the split pin, put a clip in it. Because the clip, not supposed to have a clip in it, it's supposed to have a split pin in this. The older ones did. There we are. That ain't going anywhere now. Good. Now, clip. pins off there. Clip that one. Don't need them that long. Right. Where's my solder? Get some heat shrink. And I do put heat shrink on here. And the reason why I do that, see if that green one will fit. Yeah. Yeah, it will. But we need to clean a bit more because there's a bit of, we've got a bit of an obstruction under that side there. It doesn't take me long to do these things. Will the heat shrink slide on there now? Yep. It will. Let's cut it in half. That there'll do. Yeah. That that'll do. It doesn't matter which way you solder these on, because it's only going to a switch. It's just a make and break to turn the motor on and off. See if I can find something to put under that to stop it falling forward. A screwdriver might do it, because I'm not going to be able to hold that. Because on some of them, the control arm stays up and it holds it holds this further, it holds it off it, it holds it back. But on this particular model it doesn't. Oh, pardon me. These are good mechanisms. It's the same mechanism used in the early Pi black box. They used the same deck, but they had a Pi badge on them. On the control, on the back, it was either on the back of the arm or on the control arm. They had a Pi badge on them. Same deck. That's the one on. That's lovely, and that's how we need them, nice and neat, so it looks good. Slide that on. There we go. Heat that up so it shrinks. That way you don't have worries about it. You shouldn't anyway. There we go. Bit more. Yeah. Always remember, folks, keep the tip of your iron clean. go. That's it. I'm happy with that. There we go. Heat that up and just slide it down. Yeah. That's it. There we go. We can actually put some power through this in a minute and check it. Now, what I want to do is make sure that we're up on there. Which is where we want to be. Right. Now, whoops, nearly knocked my tablet off there then. I don't want to do that. Let's have a quick look at the chat. Very funny. No, you can't do that because they're so brittle. These, if you try straightening them, they just snap. As long as it drops the records okay, I'm going to leave it. As long as it drops the records, I'm going to leave it. Yeah, that's what's going to happen with that. As long as the records drop. So what I want to do next, I want to look at these arm wires because this is disgustingly done. Now let's put the top on the IPA. Somebody's tried to do this and they've put 4 wires in. There's only ever supposed to be 2 wires in these. So we'll take 2 of them out. These only ever have 2 wires in them. Pull that off the cartridge. Take that off the cartridge, get rid of them, they're not needed. These are the ones we want to look at. Good. Well, what I'm going to do there, I'm going to clip them because I don't think they'll be long enough. So have a look through my wires here. I think I've got some up here. Sure, I've seen some earlier up here. Sure, I've seen some. I did, but I can't see them now. I must have done something with them. Oh, they're not under there, are they? Nope. They're not under that radio. Not there. Nope. Oh, there they are. Yeah. There they are. Yeah. So basically, these are the proper wires that should be used. Proper tone arm wires. And what we'll do, we'll use the longest pair, whatever they may be. So there's There's the blue and the yellow. So we'll see if they're right. Well, we're going to use the blue and the yellow. So what we'll do next, we'll clip them down. Yeah. In fact, I don't have to clip them down. They've actually got enough wire sticking out of them for me to put the plugs on, put the connectors on. Let's get the helping hands, if you can see it. You can see me big one, but where's my small one? There it is. There we go. Put a bit of solder on there. I did have some in my hand a minute ago. Get it on there. There we go. That's one. Lovely. Lovely, lovely. Right. Let's get two of these. Two of these have nice new ones on. There they are. They're nice fresh new ones. We'll put them ones on. At least we will if they don't fall off onto the floor. See what the problem is, somebody's put too much bloody solder on them. Get rid of that one. There we go. And if I hold wow, that doesn't want to come off there. Wow. This is really, really. Well, mine's nearly out. Come on. It's nearly out that actually. There we go. another. Yes, some new solder in there. Better. Yeah. Get in. Right. That might be a bit too thin. Here we go. That's how we like them. Let's do the yellow one. I mean, yellow was a colour used in these, so put the yellow one in is not a problem. But I'd rather have them the right thickness than too damn bloody thin. It's no good if they're too thin. And this is going to be the same. This is going to. I'll just tin that one up. That's the red one. We don't need that now because we're done. We need this black one, and we need the wire. It is really bad. Well, that one come out easy enough. Make sure I don't lose the clip. No, we've got it there. Pop that in the other end. There we go. Now a bit more. There we go. Just, that's it. That's there. There we go. How many people are still awake? Good evening, Judge. Yeah. No. No, no, no. No, it has to be done correctly. In fact, why did I get another one out? Because half of that one there I was going to use, haven't I? Because we have to go the length of the tone arm and then under the mechanism. Push that in there so it's pretty level. And that's how they were done at the factory. They only at the factory they used black heat shrink, I've used red. If I'd have had the right thicknesses, oh hang on, trailer solder along that, I could pick that off, there we go. If I'd have had the right thicknesses, I could have colour coordinated it, but I haven't, so we've just gone with what we've got. And that'll shrink down onto there. That won't go anywhere now, that's good. So what we need to do now is move the helping hands because we don't need that. Pull these two wires out because they're not needed. Get rid of them. Twist these back to how they should be. Hi Christine.
You alright, Andy?
Yeah, do the brew.
You got tea on yet?
No, I'm doing this, aren't I? You know,
Where's your cup?
It's there. Oh,
I'll put the washing in the dryer now.
no, well I'll turn it
No,
on.
I've not done it yet. I'll do it now. Wash now.
Twist these so that they... We're getting there. Yeah. We are certainly getting there, folks. Right. Right. Just clip the ends of them so they're neat. Right. Get that piece of heat shrink there, a red one, see if that'll fit through. Bring that down there.
Pancake next Tuesday, Andy.
Yeah,
You gonna do some?
I don't know. How do I know what I'm going to do next Tuesday? It could be freaking dead by next Tuesday. I'm going to do my best not to be, but you don't know. So we'll bring that up to there. And then we'll shrink that. I'll tell you what wasn't on. Oh, it is there. I was going to say the spring's missing, isn't it? It's there. Didn't see it. That's because I didn't have to take it off, probably. Yay. So what we'll do, we'll clip this one in half. Because Christine! Yeah. Lovely. Lovely. Look at that. They'll all be held securely.
What do you want, Andy?
Go in the freezer
Yeah?
and get 2 cheese and onion growlers.
How many?
2.
5.
Yeah, 2 cheese and onion growlers. Now, the wires go down that side. Because there's actually a channel for them. No, let's do it this way. Why struggle? Make life harder. Pull the plate off. Pull the plate off and then there we are. So there's a channel for it to go through. Just plug them onto the end of the cartridge. It doesn't matter which way, because
Right, put them in the oven, Andy.
hey,
I put them in the oven.
right, have you turned the oven on?
Yeah.
Right. There we go, look at that. And then what we do then, we feed that down there.
Here you go.
Right. Just put it there. It'll be alright. Right.
How many bread do you want?
2. Let's see, that goes in there. That drops into, make sure that we're not going to crimp them. No, we're not, we're good. That goes there, or at least it goes down there. That goes there. That's why you put them on the cartridge. That way you can hold them in place while you. There we go. Yay! We're nearly done. That needs to sit there. That needs to go down there. Need to come back a bit because. That's that one, so we'll get the front, hang on. is the wire goes down the hole in the middle.
Right, it's in the dryer now, Andy.
Right. That's correct. That's perfect. Let's put the screws back in. There we go, that's better. Because these only had 2 wires in them when they were made, because when this was made, stereo wasn't really a thing. Stereo wouldn't be invented. Stereo as we know it, that is, wouldn't be. I mean, it'd been experimented with, and I know some smart ass is going to come on, but stereo as we know it wouldn't be invented until 1957 or thereabouts. But there was earlier attempts. There was earlier attempts to produce stereo. Make sure that we're going in, we're not crimping the wires. One more little turn on that and we should be then what we do have one to go in the back there. And that one could be a bit tricky to get in. See, we can hold it with these wood pliers. Just drop it to place. Yeah. Hey. Well, that's what we like to see. I mean, well, that's it, you see. You know, you go out of your way. If you go out of your way with the electronics, there we are, look. That's there, that's correct. Then we just feed that down the back, pull them through. There we are. Put the spacer on, don't forget your spacer for your pickup arm. And then there's this spring. Make sure we get the, hang on. We're all the way over back there and we're not, that's correct. That's there, that's correct. Oh, hang on a minute, I think we're a bit. That's not. Well, that's not right. Oh, hang on. Let's just slacken this off. That should. So why is that not? That's not coming back. That's right there. Oh, hang on. Right. You bummer. Well done, I've got that. What's happened is the arm. It's just got behind there. That's it. There we go. That's all it was. Tighten that up. Try that now. Yep. We're just in the wrong position, which can happen. So what we'll do next, we want the spacer for your arm. Then we want the spring. That spring looks too clean. I mean, it is out of it, is original. But it goes that way. It goes feed that back down. Do you know every one of these I do? Every one, every single one of these I do, I always struggle with them. Always fight with the putting these springs on. That goes under there.
Andy, check the gas.
Why?
See what number it's on.
I can't, can I? I'm in here. Now the idea is now is you have to sort of wriggle these in to position. I'll lift this over to there. And that's supposed to go there. So we'll try and get a couple of turns on there first, and then we can jiggle the spring into position. See, the idea is these are always a pain in the ass to put back on. There we go, I think that might have got it. It's gone into place where it needs to. Let's get that. Oh, there we go. It's all about, let's see if we can push that spacer over. See, that's gone where I want it now. It's gone right to the back of the arm now, the adjuster. The spring's gone where it needs to be, but it's getting everything else in. See, that's not even in. So push, that needs to come forward. That needs to come forward. So what we'll do, we'll get that there, so that comes forward. It's getting it in getting it in position. That's where your problem is. Every single one of these, I always fight with them. I mean, you can turn it for 5 minutes. Just lift this. So you can turn it for 5 minutes. Think you've got the damn thing right, and you haven't. So basically what we need to do is see, we can't get it over the top, so it has to go, that is correct. Get that in there, that in there. This back on. See, it's basically, it's all about feel. the top there, it's all about, because you've got the spacer moving about, you can't, and that definitely goes there. Get on there, you. Right, that definitely goes there, that definitely goes there. That has to go over the back, otherwise that won't lie into position. So that has to go over the back there, and that goes there. Then you have your issue. We don't want the spring to fly out. But that's your problem, you see, is getting that. Your problem is getting that and your spacer lined up. That's where you have the trouble. I always fight with these. That has to go behind there. And the problem is it doesn't stay behind, it just wants to keep jumping out. See, that goes behind there, which is where we want it. But we also need I'm going to try another way. I'm going to try and lift that off there. I'm going to lift all that down onto there. See, because the problem we've got there is with the wires I wanted to catch there now. There we go. Now, the problem, now we've got that there, we need to get the spacer. Now that should, you think you've got it in and you haven't. That's the problem, you see. If I could lift this forward, what if I lift that? Let's take that screw out. That might make it easier. Because it'll all have to be adjusted anyway. There we go. The screws don't like coming out. There we are. for a minute. Now, let's see if we can get it in. Because the idea, that back over that. That's gone in the wrong place, that goes onto there. It goes there. See, I've got it on its minimum adjustment now. Right. So you can turn them. I think you've got it. You can turn it and think you've got it, and it can take a bit of time getting in. And it can be a bit of a bloody pain in the ass, to be honest, but they have to be done. See, I can't see that. Now I need that spring behind there. And it has to go there like that. I think we've got it actually. About that. Right. I think the spacer needs to be pushed under. No, not yet. Right. Are we down on the spacer? Ooh, might be. It's just, we're on anyway. Let's wind that up a bit, not too much. Right. Yeah, that's on. Let's put the screw back in for the adjuster. Christine,
What?
lay him out the back.
It's been out. It's already been out.
Right, well, I didn't know, did I? So we'll screw that back into. Well, we're not starting to move yet.
It's been out.
We are now. So, right, so that should. Oops. That's in the correct place. So we need to wind that in until we're on. Right, let's turn that round. Let's wind that round. That's it. And that's it. That's on the probably about right. So what we'll do, we'll have a look, make sure that bring them. Where we caught up here. That's it. That's it. I thought we were caught there. Right, so that has to be. That has to be down. There we go. Now let's see. There we go. One drop of oil. That's all it needs. Yeah, Christine. That's the wrong size clip for that. That's probably why it fell off. So we'll do, we'll just squeeze it, make it a bit tighter.
Yeah?
We'll put the chip pan on. There we go. That's it.
Are you cooking chips?
Yes! Fuck's sake. Pack these with some grease. Yeah, get the potatoes out of the fridge.
Hey?
I said get the potatoes out of the fridge.
Just let me let him out.
Right, we'll sort him out
I've
first.
already been out one.
Yeah, well I'm trying to do this out and I can't do everything. Put that there a minute. Yeah, that pin's coming out of there. There we go. This spindle's knackered. And the problem with that is I don't have another spindle. There we go. Shift all this lot. No, we'll not put the clip on it yet, like to make sure things are right. Right. Make sure that this is 78. It should be a neutral position on this and all.
Where's the towel, Andy?
I don't know, have a look in the kitchen.
There's none in the kitchen.
There's got to be some somewhere. Well, don't start moving your shit about in here, things will fall over. Have a look in the bedroom, there's some towels in there. Bloody hell, I've got towels, Christine. Right, so what we can do now, we can fire this up. Get me tins. Where's my other one? The other tin. Right. We can sort this out. We get this lifted up onto the out. There we are. Get that down out of the way. Yeah. See the, that's it. Right. Get a couple of records and my cup of coffee.
Right, the potatoes out Andy.
Right, I'm coming through in a minute, give me time. I've got to sort this out.
Let him know.
Turn it over to LP. Now we've only got one record there with a, has that got an hole, a decent, has that got a regular size hole in it? Yeah, it'll do. Right, so 33, it's 45. Right, the Harmite needs adjusting. See, we're not fully in. Right, we might not be fully in. But we are. Yeah. Let's adjust the height. Whoops. Well, it went over that time. Why is it constantly going over? Whoops. Right. There we are. No, it's still constantly going over. Because that is supposed to switch off. It is switching off, but the arm's going over, isn't it? Oops. Yeah. So let's lift it up this way. Right. Whoa. That's because the height's not clearing. And also because right. Right. so that needs to be adjusted anyway. There's someone pushing that arm into the middle. I'll probably have to finish this off tomorrow, folks. There we go. There's someone pushing the arm into the middle. Oh. Right, what's pushing it into the middle? Let's disconnect these. There's someone pushing the arm into the middle. So that's off. So what's pushing it into the middle? Oh yeah. I'm just looking. Yeah, it's caught under there. Yeah, that's what it is, it's that. You bugger. Right. I'm going to have to leave it, I'm afraid, folks. What's happened is the springs come disengaged and I've taken the whole bloody thing back apart again. Anyway, it's all working anyway, it just needs a couple of adjustments and it's going to be a pain in the arse. I'm going to get back to it afterwards because otherwise my supper's going to burn. I'll catch you later, folks, and I was hoping that the changer would have been done tonight. It will get done before I go to bed. But I better get my supper. Right, you take it all easy, folks, and I'll catch you later. Thank you very much for watching, and more to come later. Bye for now.